Every month, tons of indie games look for your backing on Kickstarter. We rummage through all of them to bring you our top 5 recommended games to back. But before we dive into November's recommendations, let's catch up with the games we recommended in October. We're pleased to start with the news that the enchanting open world RPG My Time in Portia was fully funded, hitting all of its stretch goals bar one. If you back the game, then you can expect beta access at the beginning of next year. Dark Devotion, the dark roguelike RPG, was also fully funded, achieving €11,000 over its €20,000 goal. And if you back the game, then you can expect to receive your copy around about April next year. The ultra-realistic World War II platoon shooter Hell Let Loose was clearly well received, as it smashed its goal of $136,000 by over double. Backers who opted to go for the early access option can expect to be playing the game around about March next year. The ambitious space exploration game Freeman Star Edge may have been a little too ambitious, as it only achieves 12% of its $80,000 goal. Hopefully this isn't the last we see of the space exploration game, as the fundamental ideas the game had were great. The 2D turn-based RPG Terrain of Magical Expertise Kickstarter campaign is still running until the 5th of November, but things are looking pretty good for the game about a game, as it's currently sitting at 140% of its backing goal. So with last month's recommendations caught up, let's dive into our recommendations for November. Lonely Mountain Downhill is a sports game with a difference. You're tasked with one simple goal: bike your way to the bottom of the mountain as quickly as you can. But with thick forests, narrow trails and wide rivers standing in your way, this is by no means an easy task. The game uses an advanced physical model to ensure every jump, slide, drop or fall feels authentic, if not a little painful. Although there is a clear path to follow when descending the summit, the game actually encourages you to find your own path, and if you want to be setting the fastest times down these trails, that's exactly what you'll need to be doing. If the idea of this lonely but thrilling adventure down hair-raising summits is something that excites you, then you can get yourself a copy of Lonely Mountain Downhill for €15. And if the game hits its €35,000 goal, then you can expect the full release around the middle of next year. Unearned Bounty is a third-person naval pirate battle arena game with a stylish presentation. Drawing inspiration from iconic games like Twisted Metal and League of Legends, Unearned Bounty looks to deliver more than just vehicular combat. The game is set for early access release on PC, Mac and Linux early next year and will be free to play. Xbox and PS4 versions are in development but won't release until late 2018. So, if the game's free to play, what do you get for backing it on Kickstarter? Well, there are an abundance of cosmetic items available, unlockable ships, and the ability to name your own NPC, although that one will cost you a fair whack. Unearned Bounty offers players the ability to try before you back, with a playable demo available through the game's Kickstarter page. And if you like what you see, you have until the 16th of November to help Unearned Bounty hit its $25,000 goal. Remember those classic point-and-click adventure games of the 90s? Games like The Dig, Indiana Jones and Grim Fandango? Well, it's these titles that sci-fi adventure game Colossus draws its inspiration from. The story follows a lone passenger exploring the edges of the galaxy. Your adventure will take you from space station to underwater planet, with you continuously uncovering secrets of this dark universe. Just like those classic adventure games of the 90s, you'll come across some pretty mind-bending puzzles. But with a multi-layered hint system, you'll never find yourself too far from help. Developers Sovereign Entertainment have made the alpha demo available through the game's Kickstarter page, and if you like what you see, then you can grab yourself a copy for only £6, and you have until the 22nd of November to help Colossus hit its £8,000 goal. Era of the Wanderers is a jaw-droppingly stunning pixelated adventure game that plays like a Zelda meets Deus Ex mashup. The game has been in the making for a whopping 9 years, which shows through the sheer amount of detail throughout the world of Eras. From gigantic dormant beasts in woodland areas to the deep narrative that you can engage in with the various NPCs, this game is truly stunning. The narrative sections of Era are just as important as any other element in the game. While exploring the stunning world, you will need to overcome puzzles, find hidden secrets, converse in meaningful conversations, and engage in consequential combat. A key element to Era's gameplay is how every puzzle or conversation has several solutions or outcomes, meaning no two playthroughs ever feel the same. If this stunning pixelated adventure has perked your interest, then you can grab yourself a copy for $15, and with a full release expecting around the end of next year.
We must speak to her, de Lac. Well, you shall do the talking, obviously. I will provide moral support.
Our final recommendation comes in the form of Lac Fey that takes the infamous tale of the 1888 Whitechapel murders and puts its own spin on the events, sprinkling in just enough fantasy to make it feel very creative. The game sees you play as not one or two, but three main protagonists: Sir Lancelot du Lac, Morgana Le Fay, and Mary Kelly. As the iconic London murders of 1888 unfold, you'll need to venture through the capital's underbelly, talking to various crooks and using your best investigative skills to put an end to this slaughter. Each of the three characters have their own set of unique investigating abilities, which you'll need to utilise to uncover a horror that you may wish you never uncovered. You can bag yourself a copy of Lac Fey for £20, with a full release expected around the middle of 2018. And if you like what you see with Lac Fey, then you have until the 10th of December to help the game hit its £40,000 goal. Quick word of warning, all games recommended in this list are not guaranteed to reach a full release. If you do like what you see, then we cannot stress enough to head over to the Kickstarter page, check the games out, and if you like it, then back the game. It's the best way to support the developers and potentially get yourself a copy of the game early. And for more information on indie games releases, previews and reviews, make sure you subscribe and check out indie-credible.com.